8, I started seeing spirits, what we call the Al-Jin, the white demons. I started seeing them. We will have conversation. We'll have discussions.
Wait, so let's just break that down. With your eyes open or in dream encounters?
We don't believe in revelations as Muslims. The only person that had the revelation was Prophet Muhammad. But it was a physical thing. I will be seated right in my room, and I will see them.
And they will come and you start talking
And
to
we
them.
talk, yeah.
And is it often when you're on your own? Would people around you see them too?
No.
Just you see
Just
them?
me.
And
The only thing is, if you're close by, you hear me talk.
And like in the Islamic world, is there like Islamic theology for that?
No. Except for Al-Jin, certain supernatural visitations that come, but very, very, very few. But it's all attributed to the Prophet Muhammad. All right. But you can be influenced by these powers, because the Al-Jin, they term like pure demons. That's what they call white demons. Okay. So they influence most of the actions of jihadists.
Right. So when you say these demons were talking to you, what did they look like?
They are creatures. They look just different creatures.
Animal creatures?
Yes, sometimes they come with the face of animals. Sometimes
Like half like, is it like a hybrid, like a human body, animal head?
They're sometimes full, and sometimes you see the parts of the body are not just together. It's like a beast.
A beast, yeah.
Right. It's like a beast. And the beast is not like what you know of the beast, Usually you feel the face distorted. No. This one, you can see the head is down, their legs are up, and then they come in the form of human. Sometimes they come in the form of angels.
As in like an angel of light looking good?
They look good, yes. They look good. They come like angels. They speak with you, And what they do is, each time they come to me, they reaffirm, they strengthen me in my convictions of what I learn or what have been taught.
From Islam.
So they just come, reaffirm, re-strengthen my convictions. So those experiences were making me much more addicted to my faith. So I came up growing up with the mind, with the picture of fighting for the cause of Islam. So I go to attend the Quranic school, and the Malam, all the teaching is always centered on submission to Allah, honor to his prophet, which is the last messenger of God, and is the ultimate messenger of God, and then subscribing to the other one. If anybody conquer the world by whatever means, for Allah will bless you. So I grew up with that mindset. Now, and then I was having also this
supernatural encounters,
spiritual encounter, which were demonic. Later I got to know when I got saved, basically. But all of those things, everybody was seeing me as being very, very addictive, committed to a cause. I started going for Islamic training as a militant.
Okay, so can you just help us understand how that works? Is that something that is by default people who are Muslims go into, or is it like you have to be chosen? Is it like a special...
It's something that is always thrown at every family, a Muslim family.
An option.
And if you want to really be a defender of Islam, you will really desire it, because that is the best thing. Remember that your craving is to behave like the Prophet. And there are certain truths nobody can deny. The way the Prophet Muhammad lived his life and the Sahabas, and how they were able to conquer territories and brought people to subjection to Islam.
So are you saying then that option is also offered to Muslims in the West? It's not just something...
No. It's all over the world. There are sect of Muslims that go into the parliament. They don't go into the parliament to seek for just law. No, they seek for...
They're militant.
Yes, they seek for a law that will enhance Islamism. It's going on in Europe. It's going on as I talk to you right now. It's going on. And they are breeding very fast. In the late 80s, there's one of the books I wrote, I Won the West. At that time, it was minimal. But I said, watch it, because I was part of the people. They bring out the agenda. They teach us. This is the agenda. This is the agenda of what we want to accomplish in 10 years. This is what we want to accomplish in 50 years.
So they think in decades.
Yeah. Now they look at the population. They look at where they are. They look at and say, okay, this place is 10,000 people and our population is 1,000. How do we, because they know the power of numbers. So they now initiate the process of mass reproduction. So you realize that instead of giving birth to two, one Muslim family will give birth to 12. The birth of that number is not that they don't know the liability, but they look at the goal of getting the number to dominate. And the moment they are able to dominate, they bring everybody under the Sharia law. So coming up, it's a pride for me to become a member of the militant. So we were taken away to outside the city. We go into a desert place for training. And so we come back home in the evening. Our parents are so excited, very happy. We began the guerrilla training, the drilling, the military.
Wait, are you telling me that this is also happening? This sort of training will be happening in the UK?
It's going on. It's going on. The thing is, we are so discreet that a lot can happen in this room that can blow up everywhere in this city, and you will know. One thing I can tell you is that the Muslims are good in keeping information.
Wow. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, very good. In keeping information, extremely, extremely very good. So, coming up, I went. That was how I learned military training. I didn't go to military school. I learned man of war. I didn't join the Boy Scout. I went to Islamic military training for the defense of Islam. And it was the most glorious thing. We contributed our resources. Our parents gave us the support. Both our uniforms, our boots, the instruments we were using, our donations, and all of that. Our parents were giving it to us because they are proud that we are coming up for the defense of Islam. And basically, psychologically, you are influenced that if you die for the cause of advancing Islam, there is the greater part of your reward. So the Malam gives you such a picture. For instance, one lady in heaven, if Allah should open the heaven for you to see, for her to smile, just one of her teeth alone is able to seduce you and you get lost. So we see this picture. That's the one part of the reward. And these are the rewards Allah will give to you in Al-Jannah. So we go. So I did the training, come back, and it took us a number of few years for those training. And you build yourself in boxing, in karate, in weapon handling, in guerrilla training, and all of that. So that informed now later on forming what we call the Jama'atul Nasr Islam in Nigeria in 1976.
Okay, before I get you to explain that, you're doing all this training alongside your normal education?
Yes, I was doing that alongside.
Okay.
All
So
right.
now can you explain that thing you said in 1986?
1976.
76.
Yeah, so that was how we got to form the Jama'atul Nasr Islam. The Jama'atul Nasr Islam was formed to protect the interests of Islam in Nigeria. It was formed to become like the militant arm of Islam in Nigeria. It was formed to be able to make sure that it also preserves the economic power of the Muslims in Nigeria. So basically, that was the group that we were ranked. So you have a captain, you have a major general, and all of that in the hierarchy. And so I was meant to be part of the strategic team. You know, the strategic team are the ones who develop the war tactics, strategy of city invasion, strategy in Islamic invasions. And so we now came up with what is called the Islamic agenda. Young people, young men together with some elders. And it was a blueprint for over 50 years. And that blueprint is being followed to today.
So that blueprint from 1976,
Six.
that blueprint is running right now in Nigeria right now.
That's part of what you
The
see
issues
going
are.
on. Yeah.
Wow. So at this point, you were still in your teens.
Yes.
And then did you end up getting involved in any kind of actual physical acts of
Yeah,
terror?
of course. You have to. At that time, basically, the Boko Haram and others kind of acts was not full manifested. Like we had more of psychological, economic, political warfare, and spiritual warfare. Okay, and so we were all involved in it. And you know the joy, what makes you happy actually is when you go to the field, you carry out some boxing, and then the picture you have is you seeing yourself knocking out a Christian. Yeah, yeah, knocking out a Christian, and so or the Jew or the Western. We hated the West. The West were our main arch enemies, right? So basically, psychologically, you're already influenced, and so your thoughts have been controlled by that same spirit. So as a teenager, the most of the people that actually carry out Islamic advancements are not the elderly, are usually the teens and the youth.
Wow.
Yeah. 75% of Islamic jihadists are between the age of 12 and 35.
Wow. And you didn't tell us where you lived in Nigeria this time. Where were you based?
I was in Maiduguri.
Maiduguri, okay.
My hometown.
That's like in the north.
In the far north.
Yeah, in the far north.
And that is the epicenter of the Boko Haram. So most of the places we train, if you have read my book that I wrote in the 80s, most of the places, Satanism Exposed, most of the places we train became the places that Boko Haram are using as their base. Yeah.
Wow.
All the places I train. So that's to tell you the continuity, because I had already left Islam, so got converted. But then those places I trained, I wrote in that book then when everything was like normal in Nigeria. But I wrote and I said, watch out, these areas of our training, this is the areas where Islamic militants will shoot from.
So maybe let me ask you more directly. Did you carry out attacks against Christians, against people?
Basically, yes.
So you did that in your teens?
Yes. Remember, I was part of the strategic team. I mean, you can just imagine what crime has a Christian committed, passing in front of me with the Bible, and I go collect the Bible and destroy it. And the Christian will be standing there gazing at me. The Christian will not be able to do anything, and I'll show the Christian. I said, you tried. You get the beating of your life. And the Christian goes away. What crime? What crime has a Christian committed that a Christian will gather here, for instance, or try to pray, and they will be shut down, and the place of their worship will be burnt down? No crime. It's just what we were taught.
It's like an indoctrination that has...
We were taught coming up.
Yeah.
So our thoughts, we don't think like we think Islam. Now somebody may try to refute and say, oh, no, that's not Islam. It's the jihadists. The jihadists learned it just the way I learned.
So how do you explain moderate Islam, moderate Muslims? Because you say, okay, you were offered that opportunity at 12. Those that didn't go into the militant faction of Islam, are they then like the moderate ones?
Yeah. Now, in my family, for instance, we had the aggressive one, but basically because of exposure, my father influenced. Let me use the word moderation. Remember, he was part of the people that fought the Second World War, and so he fought for humanity. But the aspect of me becoming addicted was something that was poured into me at the school.
Oh. And the spiritual encounters.
And the spiritual encounters. But in terms of following the footsteps, prayers, devotion, let me use the word consecration, it was the pride of my father. So all of us grew up in that. But then my dad and my mom, there was the moderation. They love humanity. They respect humanity. But that aspect initial of hatred, for instance, when the firstborn, my elder brother, got saved, for he was the first that got born again. My father attempted to kill him.
Wow.
Yes. Because there was nothing wrong. My father was doing what was right. Chronically, he wasn't doing anything wrong. So there's nothing like, why will a father take a sword to go after his son to kill because he became a Christian? No, he's doing just what is right.
Right now, I saw in the news a father and a son. I think they've been prosecuted because they killed the daughter or the sister. I think they drowned her because she wasn't going to. Was something about putting on the hijab and all that. She was refusing that, and so they killed her.
Right.
For the Western mind, we cannot comprehend.
You can't comprehend it.
Why you would kill your own sister?
That's right. A sound mind. Let me use the word.
Yeah,
a sound human being.
Yes.
Forget about even the West. A sound human being won't do that. But there's something planted. And that thing makes you to see things with that lens. And that's what I get. Let me use the word. I get a little bit set aback when I see the West being influenced, and they just believe that Islam is just normal.
Oh, the word we've heard a lot is Islam is a religion of peace.
No, it's not true. It's not true. Now, let me give you an example. In Quran chapter 2, verse 191, I'm just giving you a few examples. Remember, the Quran is my life. The Quran was the book that influenced everything about what I think, what I say, what I eat. The Quran, you don't know, let me give you this. Handling the Quran is so holy a book that, for instance, you can't go into the toilet or into the restroom and ease yourself and come out and touch the Quran. No. It's too holy. You have to wash your hands before you handle the Quran. That's why if a Muslim cites a Christian holding the Quran, that's a blasphemy.
Oh, wow.
And you can go for it. Yes. You can be killed for that.
You can be killed by a Muslim because as a Christian, they saw you holding the Quran.
Holding the Quran. It's like defiling the book. So here is it. It said, kill them wherever you encounter them and drive them out from where they drove you. So when the Muslims, the jihad, it comes around, this verse, Quran chapter 2, verse 191, it's a major spirit. Kill them wherever you encounter them. Stop. Kill them wherever. It's just like somebody reading the Bible. You would want to do everything the Bible says.
Yeah.
That's why the natural thing you find about Christian, to God be the glory, is love. It's because of what the book says. Now, this is the book, Quran chapter 9, verse 5. When the sacred months are passed, then kill the polytheists wherever you find them. Capture them and beseech them. So that's why if you watch it, during the Ramadan period, there are less killing. Immediately after the Ramadan is blood. Is this. When the sacred months have passed, then kill. Quran chapter 9, verse 29. Again, I'm giving you, out of many, I'm giving you just few. Fight those who do not believe in God. Now, this one, they are talking about those who do not believe in God. Now, these are the Jews and the Christians. Because they say, we call Jesus the Son of God, and Jesus is not the Son of God. So they said, wherever you find them, kill them for that belief. But if they submit to Allah If they submit, they agree to Allah, then they are to pay tax.
Mm.
And if they are not going to pay the tax, clear them.
Mm. Mm.
So these are the kind of things you, as a young person, you are hearing. Then every time the Imam is teaching and giving you these verses, these scriptures, you will say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then he takes you on the story of jihad. And then he talks back to you to say, you are the hope of Islam. Allah will be proud of you to carry out this thing. Then he goes further and then he reads Quran chapter 8 verse 12. He will read it and you can be on that chapter for 3 hours. That verse.
As in what? In repetition?
In repetition. Because you have to be reciting it. You're reciting it. It becomes a spirit. It goes into your marrow. I mean, you're drinking water, you're thinking of the verse. You're eating, you're thinking of the verse. You're walking on the street, you're thinking of the verse. Your perspective is ruled by that verse.
Wow.
There is a strange energy. I can't describe to you. There is something that you feel it. You feel the power. You feel the drive.
And this was not just an experience isolated to you. All the other people you were with were also feeling the same
they
spirit.
Feel the same. Every jihadist is driven by that spirit.
Wow.
It's the spirit of the Antichrist.
Wow.
Very, very strong. You find your pride in it. That's your pride. I remember some of the times we will be in our training camps and we won't be on food. We'll be on dates. You just eat 2 dates and water. That's all for days.
And that's not even Ramadan.
No.
That was just a life of consecration.
Just life of consecration. It's something that gets into you. You're given 2 dates and then you're doing some militant training. You jump from this tree to that tree. And in between this and this are broken bottles and fire. If you drop, that's you. So you must win. Because you're going into a war. There is a war on earth. Islam must win. You must bring the world, the nations, under the control of Islam. So here is it. I will cast terror into the heart of those who disbelieve. That's Allah now speaking. So when I do that, strike them upon the neck and strike every fingertips of theirs. You hear that kind of a thing in a lecture? You know this is what is demanded of you? How can you be a normal human? No. As I'm talking to you, I'm beginning to have a little bit part of, thank God I have the Holy Spirit in me. There's no way you can read this after meditation. We meditate a lot. There's no way after meditation you will strike. You will look for the opportunity. You will create the opportunity. So violence in defense of Islam is normal. It's normal. Let me read it. Quran chapter 8 verse 12. I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. So how does he do it? Come and cause confusion. When you set the confusion, the next thing is do something, an argument sets out. You say blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. And then the next thing you will see a group of army. Check them. It's young people and teenagers. They will come with stones, come with sticks to fight.
It reminds me of the story I heard. I was in Sokoto State, a girl in the chat group.
That's right.
She said something.
That's right.
And it seemed something quite innocent.
Absolutely.
And before she knew it, she was burned. She
was burned right in front of the authorities. And the faces of the young men who burned her were not hidden. They said it. It's on the net. Now that's it. And they were protected till today. The Sultan, that is the seat of the Sultan, the seat of the leader of Muslims in Nigeria. But let me use the word, to the leader of Islam, it was a justifiable act. They did well. They should be rewarded.
Wow. You know, when you talk about it this way, it makes you think, with how ingrained this is, I'm not really sure how we can move forward.
Right now,
maybe you'll share with us the way forward at some point, because it seems quite hopeless.
Quran chapter 47, just few. So these things are dotted in hadith.
And for the viewers that don't understand what the hadith is and how that compares to the Quran, can you just
the hadith is the life of the Prophet and his messengers. The Quran is termed as word that came from Allah, from God to him. But the hadith is a compilation of his lives, of some of his sayings, some of the his associates and the things they did. So you want to see his relationship with women, you want to see his relationship with people, you go to the hadiths. But the hadith is to most Muslims, the hadith is almost like the Quran. Because Muhammad is virtually worshipped. Forget about they don't worship any but Allah. Try to stand here and say, Allah, something is wrong with you. Nobody's going to touch you. But stand and said, Muhammad, in seconds you'll be down. Because Muhammad is the major force. So look at this verse. Quran chapter 47 verse 4. When you meet those who disbelieve in battle, strike their necks until you have thoroughly subdued them, then bind them firmly. That's why this verse controls most of Muslims that come to the West. So they start as servants, but they aim at dominating you. And that's the reason why when you look at small young Muslim boys and girls, check them out. Their dressing and everything fits